Hi friends, it's Dina with Forever Free with EFT, and I had a special request to do a video about uncertainty. It's fitting, don't you think, for the times that we are in. There is so much uncertainty, and what I actually think is the uncertainty has probably always been there, but given recent world life circumstances, we are reminded now more than ever how much uncertainty there might be around us, which I feel just tends to create a sense of fear. So though it may feel like uncertainty, maybe it's rooted in fear, and so we can tap on that. But do me a favor, if you like my videos and have practiced along with me, would you please like and subscribe to my channel? It really helps me out and it gives me motivation to keep making more of these videos. Also, if you ever have a special request of a video that you would like to see on my channel, please go to my website, which will be linked to these videos, and send me an email. Contact me through my website and put in your request, and you never know, you might see it here on this channel. So rank ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10. Where is our level of uncertainty? Typically, if it's a 5 or above, life feels so incredibly uncertain, we're going to want to tap for it. So even though there is so much uncertainty in my life right now, the circumstances around me just feel incredibly unpredictable. It's okay. I completely and deeply love and accept myself, even though the world day by day seems to change. And there's so much uncertainty that we have to figure out how to navigate. What do we do? How are we going to wade through all this? I'm okay, and my mind and my body are in a safe place, and I can figure it out. Even though there is so much uncertainty right now, can't watch the news, can barely look through social media, can barely do much of anything without seeing all the things that are bombarding us through uncertainty. But we serve an amazing Elohim God who is in control of all things. He is not surprised by what's going on in our world today, and he's still in control. He still sits on the throne, and we're going to rest in that fact right now. So the world is a crazy, uncertain place. Just when we think we have things figured out, do we ever really? A curveball gets thrown at us. Things are changing rapidly here and now in these times. Where will our food come from tomorrow? What political situation will erupt? Will there be wars? Are there rumors of wars? Disease, sickness, people dying unexpectedly. We might know them, we might hear about them. Maybe there's a new diagnosis that's come about in you or in your family member, and that creates a huge amount of uncertainty, because now you have to figure out, how are you going to deal with this, and what is that all going to look like? Maybe there's even job uncertainty. Things have not been going that well. You're not feeling connected to your job. Maybe they have to restructure and reorganize, and that creates a huge amount of uncertainty. Maybe you're a parent who, over these last couple years, has decided to take that leap, or you've been debating that leap to homeschool your children and pull them out of the mainstream schools. Maybe you're choosing to Pull yourself out of a social group that you've been in because it's not healthy, or a church that's had some huge shift or division. And so that's uncertain. We could go on and on naming all the things that are uncertain in life. And that list would just keep growing. Sometimes it feels like by the moment, but certainly by the day, we could probably find something else that crosses our path that's uncertain. And it becomes very overwhelming. It becomes stressful. It creates a lot of decision fatigue. It creates anxiety, maybe panic. It creates a lot of fear and maybe anger. Maybe our fear turns into anger at all that's happening around us. But nonetheless, the uncertainty will be there because the world around us is not in our personal control. As much as we think we control even our own life circumstances, we don't. If we are a believer in the Most High Elohim, Yahweh is what we tend to call him in our home, the Yod He Vav He, Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth and us. He's really the person in control, who sits on the throne, who is the only one that knows what tomorrow holds, what the next minute holds, what the outcome of that problem, illness, situation will be. He's the only one that knows about tomorrow or the next day or the next year. He's the only one that knows what supply chains will look like, or food scarcity, or storms, feast or famine. He's the only one that knows. But I trust, and I know, and I believe, because he says it in his word, that he works all things, which means all things, everything from A to Z, and the things we know, don't know, can think about, and can't even imagine. He works them all for our good. When we love him, when we release our lives to him and surrender to him. And even if we don't, if we're kidding ourselves thinking, nah, I'm master and commander of my destiny, my world, I've got it all figured out, I've got the plan, and I'm a doer and I make it happen. I'm gonna burst that bubble right now and say, sorry. There's a God out there who loves you, who created you beautifully, marvelously, wonderfully made. And he's the only one that holds our world, our life, our future in his hands. But he is good. Do you really believe that? Let's soak in that moment for a minute. He's a good God. He's out for my good. Even when I feel like I'm going through the worst circumstances imaginable, he is good and he loves me. And his plans are not to harm me. They are to bring me a future and a hope. And none of us can truly answer the question, why do bad things happen to good people? Because we are not him, and we don't have his knowledge. And we didn't create the human mind or behavior or emotions. He did. And he has it all under control. And so we will walk this path clinging to him, clinging to his word, clinging to his truth, clinging to his love and his goodness. He is long-suffering. He is patient. He's kind. He's gentle. He really does want to give us rest. But he also wants all of us. He wants us to surrender fully and completely to him. And many of us, man, we are white knuckling that, aren't we? We're just like, I'll give you everything, but maybe not this. I'll give you my body. I'll give you my mind. I'll give you my child. I'll give you my marriage. I'll give you my job. But maybe there's that one little thing in the back of my mind that I'm not willing to give. And he's like, I need it all. I need it all from you. I need to know that you are all in. So let's go all in. Let's go all in together with him. You ready to go all in? I am. I'm ready to go all in. I don't need to control it. I don't want to control it because I'll mess it up. I always mess it up. Even in my personal perfectionism and my strive to have it figured out, I'll mess it up. I would choose his plan over my own any day of the week because he is amazing and he is good and he is full of blessing and redemption and restoration and rest. He has a rest for my soul that goes beyond what I can think or imagine or even ask or utter to him. But yet he knows what I need. He knows my emotional state. He knows my emotional distress, my physical distress, the chaos that I live in day to day. And he is still good and worth it and worthy of my surrender. So I choose to walk in his plan, in his goodness, in his mercy and forgiveness for me. That is amazing. No matter what I've done, big or small, horrific or horrendous, his forgiveness is for me. And I believe it and I choose it. So all of that certain uncertainty, I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't choose it. I'm going to let it go right now, right here, right now. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Practice this, friends. Learn these truths, believe in them, and you will find yourself forever free.